What's up, guys? This is Hawksfear from Hawksfear Games. This article and this event is pretty old news, I know, but because of recent events and Easter and a lot of other things, I haven't been really able to make a video on this. So, I'm going to make a video about it now and discuss a few things that have really been bothering me when it comes around to this event. If you're not aware of what happened recently, you've just been living under a rock, or you just hate Bungie in general, you may or may not have heard that Martin O'Donnel, the most important composer over at Bungie, was recently terminated without cause on April 11th, 2014. I'll leave a link to his tweet, where the initial announcement came from, and then later Bungie made a statement which left more questions than answers, and most people got really annoyed about it, especially Bungie fans and people who were really looking forward to Destiny. Well, what else can I say? It is pretty saddening to me as well for him leaving, because I really do enjoy his music, and he is a talented composer. I do think he's definitely going to get a job really quickly, though. It's not like a career problem for him. I mean, he worked on freaking Halo, one of the biggest franchises to ever exist, and it's still going. It's just taken up by another company. It's one of the biggest franchises to exist, and he's one of those people who perfected the music for it. He's going to get a job, so it's no problem there. But if there's one thing that's been really itching me, it's firstly, people have come out and gotten so annoyed with it and took it basically out of control. One of the main things that really itched me inside all of that were people saying he got fired without a reason. Now, I'd like to stop you there quickly for one moment. Termination without a cause is completely different than getting fired without a reason. Termination without a cause is basically he's been fired without doing anything bad or getting into any misconduct or underperforming or whatever. But basically, it just costs too much to hire. That's one of the reasons. There could be other reasons, legal reasons, other things that could affect that. But usually it's to do with money. So we kind of just assumed, look, he's been working here for a couple of years, and his salary has cost the company a lot of money. They obviously can't afford him anymore, so they've just let him go. And it's a smart thing to do. Financially, Destiny's coming out, which is a huge risk in itself, other than the fact that they've most likely got a huge budget for it, and I assume they've got access to Activision's credit card to use. But it is a good move to take. He has been working on it for a couple of years. He's been one of the biggest composers within the industry, and he doesn't need to be a part of it. It's no big deal if he leaves. They can get other composers. They've got Michael Salvatore on there. They've got there's that Beatle. I can't remember. Oh well, I'll remember it later. Anyway, but they've got good composers over there. It'll be fine without him. So termination without cause is completely different from termination without reason. That's the first thing. The second thing, well, I've pretty much covered that in the last point. He'll be fine without him. You don't need to cancel your pre-orders. If you're excited about the game before, you'll be excited about the game now, because it's basically the same thing. All the music that he's put onto it, all the effort and time he's put into the soundtrack of Destiny are basically going to be there because of the obvious reason. Bungie owns anything he does on the clock. That's how a company works. You work for a company, they basically own you and your creations. If you don't like that, then you go to another place and you work on your own things, or if your contract doesn't affect it, you can do things outside of work. You build your own music outside of work and you're basically set. You won't get affected. That's stuff you own yourself. But if you work anything on the clock, it's all owned by the company. So all Marty's music is in there. I think they're pretty much done in the audio department. At this point, they might be pretty much done. There might be just a couple of things they want to add in, just some sound effects, or maybe even a couple more tracks. Who knows? But basically, they're done at this point. They're hitting alpha. They're past pre-alpha stage. They're hitting alpha. will hit the beta soon. The game will be fine. And the last thing, it's actually really simple. It's not really about this at all, but it's a little bit. But I really do hope that 343 picks up Marty, because that would be awesome. Just having Halo the Saga, just having him as like the composer. He'd be expensive as hell, definitely, but they've got Microsoft on their side. If 343 better get onto it. Anyway, but that's all. Basically, that's really stupid you guys are getting really worked up over it. And this could apply to any person in the industry. Really. If Ken Levine wants to go and build his own indie studio, that's fine. It applies to, well, yeah, I guess we can't really think of any other examples, but whatever. It's just how the industry works. People leave, people come back, people don't come back, and that's just how we are. So, just be happy with the game you're given, and if you're seriously still getting worked up over it enough that you've lost all your emphasis in the game, tough luck, buddy. He's not coming back. This is Hawksphere from Hawksphere Games saying, he's not coming back. See you later.